Boy, they're running low. I think one of the tricks to the trade of everything, especially with music and movie making, is they make it so dang skillful and amazing and work as a team of hundreds and thousands of people. These little indie guys that are on their own, there must be something else driving them to try to make a movie. It must be because they have to, but they do. And they are entertaining. I watch vloggers all the time. They're entertaining. But they're competing with some giants, you know. That's why sometimes I'm okay with showing, you know, that you have a phone, you know, and that it's okay if you want to tell a story and you don't have all the aesthetics to go ahead and do it anyway, you know. It'd be like a guy that went off and made all these great paintings with a pencil, like a number 2 pencil. And some pieces of paper, you know, and they stayed at that and just made a living off selling their paintings with their number 2 pencil and their typewriting paper or something, you know. They could still do it. Artist, you know. I know I say you know a lot, and I'm gonna try to work on that. So, all right. They're all the way from Florida. goes old Yeller. So asked my friend Dana if I could go in for donations only and conduct a class using Michael Caine's film acting lessons. You know, like a film acting class. Those are always fun to do. You get actors and scripts and things like that, and work on it for a while. And if it goes for, you know, more than a few weeks, then they can get off book, and we can get to like an advanced level. You know, you start off on script, and then they memorize over a few weeks. It's like a 4-week thing. It'd be pretty cool to do. We could talk about his techniques, his 3 little rules, you know, about the eye focus, and then of course listening and responding, and then the third aspect of his class is not looking like it's rehearsed, you know, pulling it off, making it look real. What I loved about Diane Salinger's class, and when I was in Hollywood, was, you know, I paid her the first time, and it was $200 a month, which was like really good for an acting class. It was just, you know, for coaching, private coaching. But there was a class too, so there were other people that would meet. We do scene work and stuff like that, and the actors could meet on their own time to go over the scenes, and then bring it in front of Diane, and Diane would help with the scenes. And if you couldn't pay, then you had to be basically like her assistant, which is what I ended up becoming eventually, because Los Angeles is very expensive, and you go through the money very quick. But she allowed me to do yard work or work on set pieces for the class. You know, we had these boxes that had to be sanded down for the workshop for the class, and I would sand the papers down, and or I would go over to her house and work on her backyard. I did some sanding on the tree in her backyard and put oil on the tree. She had this. Tom Noble had this seat in his backyard near the pool, and it was shaped like a tree. So I could sand the tree for a long time. You know, where you would sit down on this, like, it was like a sculpture. You know, the tree was cut out to be kind of like a chair. So I'd sand that and oil it. You know, I'd get like cottonseed oil, or I'd run down to Kinko's copies. Back then they had Kinko's, and I'd make copies for her, which she sometimes got on to me because it had to be all perfect and straight and everything. And I was a young kid. I was about 27, and things like that. I'd go to the grocery store and buy her food, you know, and then bring it to her. Just whatever, you know. I was like her gopher for a while, and that way I could, you know, go to the classes and sit in and learn what I could. But it doesn't stop with the actor, man. You take one day off, you take a week off of acting, you got to go back to all of it. You got to start studying it again. Ask Dustin Hoffman. I've been on set with Dustin Hoffman, but I haven't really ever got to talk to him. But I've heard that he goes to these workshops still, even today. He's always going to them. It's like a violin player has to go into class to relearn certain things, so that his technique and everything is better, you know. It just keeps going on. Because you never know if you're good or bad. Even if people tell you that was the best thing ever, you never really know. You always want to keep on top of it and learn new things, learn new techniques, always try new things. Everything from Jerzy Kurtuski to Lee Strasberg to Michael Caine style acting, or Sanford Meisner, whatever it is. I sometimes stay away from that word because he's a tough teacher. Stanislavski being the basis of it all, you know. But you just keep going, you know. You keep learning. You know, I just went to a pantomime show and learned a ton of stuff about acting from a very expertise mime that's doing like a one-man show that's better than many actors that have studied their entire life. And this guy, well, he's acted too. He's running his own theater most of his life. It was great. It was a great performance. But anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. All right, we're doing 329. Didn't hear anything back yet from Dana from Stage West, but it would be cool. It'd be hard. It'd be difficult. I'd probably try to use maybe Death Trap because it was a play, and then the actors can kind of, you know, depending on what I would do is I would size up the class and see who I'm working with, and then I would choose the scenes. I got a really crazy hot dog. And then we would, you know, use the Michael Caine stuff, which is very easy to understand. I put everything on it: relish, sea salt, or celery salt, some kind of, I don't know what that is. Great. I don't know if this is all gonna go in my mouth. This is kind of the feet on it. Top it off with a great bomb. Tomatoes. Oh, relish. I put some relish on it. And then it's a Brat dog. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna have to hold it for the vlog like this. And I got a Rooster Booster. Can't beat those QT meals. Sorry for the slurping. One more bite, and then we're gonna head out. You can really taste the celery salt, is what they call it. I promise I'm not the werewolf. I'd be eating steak. Raw. All right, that's the VOR. It's a very high frequency. It's omnidirectional. It's radio. It's very high omnidirectional radio, and it shoots off at a slant. It's a DME, which is directional, or distance measuring equipment. So it measures the distance between that airplane at an angle, coming from the ground, like think of a triangle. So that airplane is measured. The major difference between GPS and VOR is that GPS does cars and things on the ground. GPS tracks on the ground. VOR is a secondary device that tracks the distance of usually stuff in flight, or that's above at a slant angle, like that. They used it in World War II. It was a big thing in World War II. Now it's only a secondary device to track the airlines. I don't know what the primary device is, but they use that. They still use it. They bounce radar or radio from the ground to the sky, and the omnidirectional. All right, so we're gonna change it up to today. Listen, all in all, Michael Caine is important, so is survival. But take some notes from his lesson, though. It's pretty cool. I'm still trying to focus on the green dot. There we go.
Welcome to Fort Worth, and thank you for choosing to travel through DFW International. That's okay. Fort Worth is a city of unexpected sights, sounds, flavors, and many neighborhoods to discover. There's world-class art in our cultural district, an array of contemporary Texas cuisine from Sundance Square to the near South Side, and unforgettable family fun at the award-winning Fort Worth Zoo. Discover the modern West in our historic stockyards and nightlife in our new entertainment district, Mule Alley. You get the best of both worlds here in Fort Worth, an unexpected city. Oh yeah, please subscribe. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks a lot. Dude's getting ready to go to Amsterdam. They had some kind of mechanical problem. The whole day was shot. He's gonna meet his friends tomorrow evening. So as long as he flies out super early, then he'll be able to get there relatively on time. It's a pretty long flight. But he would have got there super early tomorrow morning if he would have left now. Probably at least more than a 12-hour flight. We didn't talk about any Royale with cheese or anything like that. You know, Silver Linings Playbook is probably one of the best comedies that came out that year, 2012 time, around that era of 2012. Cooper got launched out as a very serious actor, and lo and behold, Jennifer Lawrence wins for Best Actress. And theme has to do with a manic depressive guy that's a teacher that catches his wife in an affair with one of the other teachers in his shower and then beats the guy up, almost killing him or putting him in the hospital. So instead of jailing the guy, they I'm on the service road, aren't I? They put him in a mental hospital for a while to recuperate, no pun intending. And what ends up happening is the guy focuses on the word Excelsior. I haven't read Matthew Quick's book. I think Matthew Quick was in the education system. He was a teacher. I don't know how real it is, but I think it might have been up for Best Picture. I know it was a great comedy that year. But it wasn't done as a drama, you know. It was still a comedy, and I think that's why it was powerful. Robert De Niro's in it. He plays the father. Very tender performance by Robert De Niro. I think of that movie quite a bit. it's kind of why I think Jennifer Lawrence is great, you know. And then Cooper too. You know, he kind of won me over with that movie a little bit. I highly recommend it. You know how I always recommend movies. I do that with everybody. Hey, listen, even if I was like vlogging with Adam the Woo, Walt Disney World, I'd still be recommending movies to it. it's in my nature to do that always. The character, though, he recommended things too, you know. He was like, hey, have you heard of Metallica? Have you heard of Metallica's, or did you listen? No, he goes, did you listen to Metallica's was it Ride the Lightning? He's like, yeah, you know. Why do people do that kind of stuff, you know? It's not that good, you know, but it's fun, and it's a feeling-based thing, like a lot of movies are. They're based in feeling. And I think the crazy character was there as kind of almost like a costume piece to say something else about love. You know, the craziness wasn't what it was about. It was kind of about love and starting over and things like that. I like how Jennifer Lawrence's character is chasing him, you know, jogging after him. She pursues him, you know, because he's after something. You know, he wants to get his real wife back, you know, his real life back. And she keeps pursuing him. It's a beautiful film. You got to see it. It's probably like one of the best comedies, like top 10. Well, it's a romance. It's a comedy romance. It's a romantic comedy. Check it out. Sorry on the thing about Silver Linings Playbook. It's not a theme that I was talking about. I was talking about more like the plot. Sorry, I got mixed up because I was driving. The theme is I don't know, unrequited love. Little bit of unrequited love. He finds love finally in a friend, you know. It's got a lot of themes. The theme of a legal marriage versus a common law marriage, you could say. Legal love versus true love. All kinds of themes. But I was talking about the plot, so I went back and I'm correcting it now. Sorry about that. But the theme and the plot are very different. You know, it's about love, ultimately. A romantic comedy about falling in love again, starting over. That's a theme. But the plot of Silver Linings Playbook is very advanced. It's a Matthew Quick book. It's a great story. Anyway, I was just thinking about it for some reason. All the jogging that goes on, the dancing, and all this activity. Wouldn't that just be so much fun? All right, there goes Alaskan Airlines right there. Coming all the way from Alaska. I think vlogs should be done by crazy people. Sure. Who else would do it? You ever go to like a dinner with friends? So what are you doing? Well, I've decided to vlog on YouTube. Vlog? Yeah, video log. Just create video logs on YouTube. Really? What's the subject? The first thing that comes to mind is, you know, someone like someone like, ooh, whoa, he's vlogging on YouTube. Get the white coat. No, I'm joking. They're just independent filmmakers. It's not like, you know, people went up to Fellini and was like, you okay, Fellini? You know, you thinking clear? Is everything okay? Or walked up to Ingmar Bergman and was like, Ingmar Bergman, listen, we need to talk. We don't think that you're mentally well. Of course he's not mentally well. He's Ingmar Bergman. He's scratching on the wall, making weird marks, talking about mail. When did the mail come in? He made notes about when his mail came in. Howard Hughes locked himself up and peed in a cup. He's a great filmmaker, but he wasn't all the way there. Do you have to explain that part? There is more travel. More tea time. More travel. More tea time. A Advantage Miles. That'd be a funny one though. AA Advantage Miles. Dang, there goes my pen. I don't know why I hang on to that pen. It's my church pen. I got it in church a while back. It's way over there. I'm gonna have to get it. I'll get it a little later. Dang pen.
See, you know, like the camera angles, the zoom, all the stuff, the mistakes we make, all that's part of our character, you know. I was watching Breck roll today, and every single transition's a dissolve. You know, it's just great. Oh, he went to Meow Wolf. You know, Breck, by the way, if you're watching my show, I don't know if you get a chance to, but I picked up the guys that started the Meow Wolf in this area, Grapevine. They I gave them a ride to another terminal. They're they set up Meow Wolf at Grapevine Mall. I'm gonna have to get that pin right there. Good Meow Wolf vlog though, part 1 and part 2. Good job. I really did like it. It was great. Freaking great. But anyway, I did pick them up and take them to a terminal. They were young kids. They were one of the people backing the Meow Wolf in Grapevine Mills Mall. Nice catch. You went all the way to Grapevine? My goodness. That's a long drive. That's like, what, 2 or 3 hours? My goodness gracious. Look at these dogs right here. It's pretty funny. So many service dogs. You would not even believe. There's a lot of them around. I got the Rain song stuck in my head by Led Zeppelin. Dun, dun, dun. It's the springtime of my love. I don't know why. I think it's because there's this lady that plays it on the guitar. She's got like 2.4 million views, and she looks in the camera all cunning while she plays. She's got to be like a guitar major, or at least study guitar most all her life. I know it's not that difficult, but my goodness, just tuning the guitar part of it, you know, to the weird way that Jimmy Page, tunes it, is the hardest part of it all, you know, when it comes to tuning guitars. It's not tuned normally, but if you use a tuning device, you might can do it pretty quick. You know, the ones that fit on the guitar, if you just know the different ones. But then you got to tune everything back, you know, because I keep my guitar tuned normally. I don't know why I'm talking about this, really. Yeah, it melted right there, so you can't get the phone number. Isn't God great? Distinctively Christian is what it's supposed to say. Distinctively Christian. Whatever that means. You just go up to Christian Bell and say, "You're distinctively Christian Bell." Distinctively, I played Christian in Pilgrim's Progress. So Christian Bell kind of in the Knight of Cups. Bye.